What is going on, all you post-apocalyptic movie lovers out there and badasses? It's your boy, Phat Samurai Guy. That's right, with, gotta have my brother from another mother here. You know what I'm saying? Mrtonyofthedead up in the house. Tony, how you doing, brother?
All right, how are you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. And we're talking post-apocalyptic films today. And I was just like, you know what? I can't talk about this movie without my post-apocalyptic brother in arms. That's right. That's right, man. Because Tony loves him some post-apocalyptic movies. That's right. Go make sure you guys check out his channel. Yes, sir. He represents the genre there. So when was the last time you saw? Well, I know you recently checked it out again for today's video, but discussion. But did you see this when this came out in 2010? The Book of Eli.
Yeah. That's probably when the last time I watched it.
Did you see it in theater?
No.
Okay, yeah. I didn't see it in theater for some reason. I missed it. I wanted to see it because the trailer looked really good, but I think I ended up renting it later. And I remember enjoying it. I remember liking it. And then, 5 billion years went by, and I was thinking to myself of underrated movies. And I was thinking about the post-apocalyptic genre, and I don't know why it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
because I was thinking Cyborg and all these other movies that are underrated within the genre, and I was like, wait a minute, how come nobody talks about the Book of Eli? I was like befuddled. I was like, how come nobody talks about this movie or mentions anything? I mean, I thought we had to revisit it, and this is the perfect show to do it on. So is the Book of Eli underrated within the post-apocalyptic genre? We will answer that question by the end. And I did take a poll from the public just to see what they thought. But Tony is like, fuck what they think.
Fuck what they think.
The only thing that matters was what we think, goddamn it.
I want to win, damn it.
Oh, man. But yeah, let's go and get into it a little bit here. So the movie's directed by the Hughes brothers, Albert and Alan, who directed From Hell. Have you seen From Hell, Tony? You probably own that.
That's the Johnny Depp one, right?
Johnny Depp, Jack the Ripper movie?
I don't own it, but I have owned it on VHS in the past.
VHS. Oh, my God. I didn't even know that movie came out of VHS.
Yeah, pretty sure, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But the film stars, of course, Denzel Washington, Mila Kunis, my boy, Ray Stevenson, and, of course, the legendary Gary Oldman is in here as the villain. Quick plot synopsis. A post-apocalyptic tale in which a lone man fights his way across America in order to protect a sacred book that holds the secrets to saving humankind. Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. We'll get into that. But yeah, I do remember being entertained by it. I did enjoy it, but there's a lot of things in this movie. It's a combination of a little bit of everything. You got a little bit of a Zatoichi samurai vibe meets a Western, and of course, in a post-apocalyptic setting. But there's a lot of cool shit in here that nobody talks about. And it's very bizarre. So we're going to revisit it today. So first of all, the movie opens up with some really beautiful cinematography, man.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think of this whole opening right here?
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't even see him at first.
Me too.
He's like pretty blended in there, and the leaves falling, the ashes falling. Like it's just like it's so. It starts off. That's the most post-apocalyptic looking I think you can get, besides boulders and buildings. That right there is like, it's scary.
Yeah, straight up Fallout here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't see him too. I was like, oh shit, he's hiding there, waiting to catch his meal. But just really, really haunting, but yet beautiful cinematography throughout this movie that nobody really talks about. I even enjoyed the soundtrack as well. I enjoyed the soundtrack. But the movie did a great job. It was very well directed, and did a great job in making you feel in that, that you're there in the post-apocalyptic world. You know what I mean? Like there's this, that's when Tony saw this setting, I'm sure he's like, I'm home.
Yeah.
That sign there, nice. That's the sign to Tony's house.
Look at the closest neighbor. I can't see him either. That's great.
Right. And there's little I mean, despite the setting, them nailing the setting for sure. I mean, look at this shot right here. I mean, they really nailed
Yeah.
the setting for sure. There's these little things throughout the movie before he gets into town that really kind of set the scene and, you know, show that, oh shit, the shit hits the fan, you know, like little things like, you know, him trying to turn on the sink and trying to find water, him opening up the closet and there's a dead body. Somebody said, fuck it, and hung himself in there. He's like, oh shit, oh, you don't need these shoes. Whoop. Let me take the shoes off. And
he was so
you know,
happy to get those shoes too, just strutting.
He was. And then, you know, he had to eat, man. You got to survive. Eat that cat he caught earlier. You know what I'm saying? Gave a little chunk to Jerry the mouse came out of the wall. You know, he fed him some Tom. It's cat. You know, and then he was boiling something too. And then later you find out that he was making cat oil, which was weird. Which we'll get into a little bit.
He was using that then to for his teeth.
Yeah. Right. Hey, whatever works, I guess. But even the little details like the KFC wet naps, man, the wipes,
like gold.
That's how he bathed himself.
Yeah.
You know, it was little details like that was nice to show. Like it's not a happy time to live in here.
No,
definitely. But he comes across the town, and they do have water there.
Yep.
They do have a pump there, you know. They got a little bar. They have a I think my favorite character in the town was the this guy right here,
Tom
man.
Waits.
Yeah, Tom Waits. Oh, I love that scene. How he just really
that was like so fast.
I know, it's great. Yeah, this was great. But yeah, I enjoyed his character. He was the best character. They called him the engineer in the movie.
Do you have any toys? No, I got no toys. No, I do have this, and it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's like the wet now. Oh yeah. It's like
he gave him a lighter. He's an American, and he gave him some of those wet naps. You know, those wipes from KFC wipes.
Yeah.
You know, but he's like, hey, I got that cat oil. It's good. You know, he's like, nah, man, I don't need that. But he hooked up with him because he had what did he have in there that needed recharging?
He had like an iPod.
It was like an iPod, yeah. And it was hilarious just to show how hard times are. What was it going to be like all day? It was going to take to charge the iPod. It was going to like several hours.
Yep.
You know, so you know, our boy here. You're like, well, I might as well go kill some time and go check out the bar at least to get some water. I don't even know if they really had alcohol there. I think was it just water? Honestly, they did have booze.
I think he said, oh, that's top shelf. I think he said
right.
The water.
Okay, right.
I guess they probably had booze. Booze survives.
Yeah. Booze will never die.
No.
Your honest opinion of Gary Oldman in the movie?
Well, I have this image of him as the good guy, you know, Jim Gordon and everything. And then I see him in this. I forgot he was in this. And I was like,
right.
Wow. But the character-wise, you mean?
How do you think he did as how did you think he did as the main villain in terms of acting performance?
I thought he did pretty good. I mean, he was supposed to be kind of evil, and he was.
Slimy,
yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the character of what's his name?
Carnegie.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was interesting. You know, it's like how like he's older, and then Eli is older, and they don't see that too much like people from the time before. So I think it was interesting how they made it where books like he was reading Mussolini and that, which kind of like makes connects a little more to his character as well.
Yeah,
because he seems at first like he's like kind of a good guy, like, but then you see his evil side pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he had some funny moments. He's like, "Oh, you got me shampoo from a girl. All right, go ahead and get some pussy."
Yeah,
get some pussy, get some alcohol. Yeah, go ahead. Thanks for the shampoo. Yeah, I'll give it to my lady. But I forgot a crucial scene, one of the best scenes in the movie. Before he gets to town, I forgot about that. He ran into some hijackers. Eli did. He ran into some hijackers. And man, what a great scene this was, man.
Yeah.
You touch me again, you're going to lose that hand. Boom.
Oh, that was so fast.
Look at that. Isn't that fucking great, man? That's so badass, dude. That's just, I could watch that all day. And I love how, and there's little hints throughout the movie. Did you already assume he was blind? Did you already, like, okay, he's blind? And then
first time I saw this, no.
Okay, until the very end, that was the big twist, right?
Yep.
But there's little hints, like him bringing them into the darkness.
Yep.
Right.
That was cool.
Yeah. That was great, man.
Because not now knowing he is, it's like, oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. And before that, he smelled, because his senses were so heightened, he smelled them. And then the guy comes out and he's like, man, this guy could smell us 30 feet away. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then later in the movie, when he goes hunting and he shoots the bird down, you know, he's like, listen. He uses, you know, his ears, and the bird was like so far away, and he took it down. So there's little clues here and there. And you know, before he opened up the closet and found the dead body in it, he kind of runs into the table.
Yeah.
Before that, so there's little Easter eggs out there.
He's kind of pushing the stuff down.
Yeah.
In that, like, instead of just like looking at it.
Right. So there's little clues.
He smelled the body. He didn't see the body. He smelled the body then.
Yeah. So we can assume. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's one thing I saw in a video, where he came in and he at the bar fight, and he says to him, "Well, didn't you see the sign coming in?" And he said, "I didn't see no sign."
Yeah.
Like, he literally didn't see a sign.
Yeah.
So, like, things like that. But yeah, once you know going back that he's blind, you pick up. I was constantly looking for that through the whole movie.
Right.
Sometimes he looks like he's looking at them, and sometimes you can tell he's not. Right.
So they did a good job of you know, holding back the reveal until the end. That was the big surprise.
Yep.
But you know, Denzel's character in here, he's on Zatoichi Daredevil level of like, he's on that level of his senses are so good.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy 100 feet away on top of a house, shoots him with a pistol, no problem. Yeah. So he's like that evolved of a badass here. But yeah, we got our guys here. I like my homeboy there with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
That'd be me and you, Tony. That'd be our part in the movie right there. But man, this is, and again, you know, when I haven't watched these fight scenes in a long time, there's not a lot of fights in the movie. There's not a lot of action, but when you watch it, it's just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Why is nobody talking about this movie? Look at this shit, dude. Look at this shit. This is phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, nobody talks about it, man. It's like the beautiful camera work. And even though it's shot in shadow, you know, with, you know, shot this way where it looks like dark silhouettes fighting, you could see the technique. You could see everything.
Yeah,
you can pinpoint and pause and like learn. Look at this shit, man.
Yeah, you could still like see the blood and the penetration, and
yeah,
you know, you could feel that.
Yeah, this is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. You know, and the more, you know, martial arts and action films that you've been watching with us, Tony, and your knowledge is growing as well in that genre. You could see what we're talking about when we get so mad when we watch modern day fight scenes. Yeah. And everything's fucked up with the camera work, and it's so frustrating when all you have to do is just show it. Show it. Stop the 5 billion quick cut edits and shaky cam where you can't see shit. Just show the fight. It's so simple.
That's what we want.
Yeah. You know, now. So unfortunately, now you're going to get frustrated now when you. That's the only bad thing of hanging out with us. Now you're going to get mad when you see a badly edited and filmed fight. You're going to be like, fuck. But it's all good. That's all good. But yeah, love this guy. Definitely, for sure. I wanted to see him more in the movie. I'm happy he didn't die. He seems like a character would have got killed later for sure. So while he's waiting for his iPod to get charged for the next 8 hours, he goes to the bar. Dude starts fucking with him. He fucks that dude up, bashes his head.
Yeah.
You know, that was
Does
great.
he shoot the cat?
I know the guy just wanted to pick a fight. You know, that's
Yeah.
all that asshole was. And then, you know, he knew. All right, I'm trying to leave, but they won't let me leave. All right, yeah, let me go.
Even how he pulled that sword out,
yeah,
was awesome.
yeah.
It's like, where the hell was that?
Yeah, exactly.
What is that sword?
It looks like kind of a machete, but like type. But I'm not the weapons expert. But yeah,
No.
you know. But it looks it's pretty dope for sure.
Sharp,
but again, another amazingly filmed and choreographed fight scene here.
Yeah.
Look at this, and we have moving camera.
Yeah.
Like, and you could still see everything. Now, this is not a great example because this is a blurry GIF I'm showing or GIF. Okay, so but still, you could see, you know, very minimum quick cut edits, but you see, and if you watch this fight again, Tony, there's 2 decapitations in this fight.
Oh yeah,
he cuts off 2 heads. It's phenomenal, man. And I'm just watching these fights, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I remember the movie not having a lot of action, but when I was revisiting this, I was like, dude, no one's talking about this movie. It's almost like as soon as it came out and right after it was done, it just disappeared. Yeah. Like the movie doesn't exist. And it's sad that movies disappear like that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like, you know, so that's why we're here to talk about it for sure. But, of course, because of the carnage, our boy Carnegie is like, ooh, a prospect. Let me get this guy and hire this dude, you know what I'm saying? And because he's got some skills and maybe he can go out there and find the book. At this point, you know, he's got his men going out and trying to find books, the book.
The book.
But, you know, they can't read, or so they don't know exactly.
So they just bring back everything.
Yeah, they're just grabbing whatever books they can find, and he's not happy about that. And Ray Stevenson, who I'm a big fan of, and I kind of thought he was a little shortchanged in here. I expected him to do more, but he kind of just jobbed. But he plays Red Ridge. He's like the secondhand man to Carnegie. But even he's like, dude, what is so important about this book? Like, like what are we doing? Like, we're wasting resources going up, but whatever, you're the boss. That's fine. You're the boss.
Yeah.
So he tries to entice our boy, and he's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, well, here, look, I'll give you some water, I'll give you a nice meal, maybe a little bit of something extra, room and board. Think about it, and then talk to me in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
And then while he was chilling, he gets visited by
3 ghosts.
Solara. He gets visited by Solara. And her mother's kind of, probably not by choice. It's hard to tell from the movie, but her mother is kind of Carnegie's woman, kind of. So she gets, you know, sent down there to try to entice our boy with some, you know, a little extra credit there, just so that way he won't leave. But I like that scene, though, man. That was a good scene. Yeah, because she's really confused. She's like, "You don't want to do anything?" Like, she's like, and then he's just like, "Just have a seat. And, hey, you want something to eat? You want some food? You know?" And she's like, really like, "What in the world?
Yeah, like, okay.
Men like this exist? Like, what is happening?" You know?
Yeah.
You know, and they actually have dinner, and he prays, and she's like, what is he doing? She sees the book that he does have in his bag, and she's like really curious about it, and he's like, no, you know, you can't touch it, don't even look at it. It's almost like what you call from Spinal Tap with his guitar collection, or his favorite guitar. Don't even look at it.
Don't look at it.
Don't even look at it. You know, but yeah, you know, very good scene. And she's asking him, so how was it before the nuclear fallout, before everything went to shit? And he said that, you know, people had more than they needed, and we had so much of even the little things. We had so much that people would kill themselves or kill each other for nowadays. Yeah, you know, he's talking
they would
about
just throw it out.
Yeah. It was a good scene, man. That was really, I enjoyed that. It was a good scene. And then she goes back after, the next day, she goes back up and meets her mom, and she's learned, what Eli taught her. She's kind of teaching her mom. Like, she's like, they're getting ready to eat, and she's teaching her how to pray, but she doesn't know how to end the prayer. And that entices, our boy Carnegie. He's like, wait, who taught you? Yeah, there you go.
His back to him. You could see like he kind of like honed in, like, like, what are they saying?
Yeah. There's a religious way about him up to that point, but it doesn't come full circle until the conflict, later. Then you're like, oh, so he's one of these guys. So before we get into it, there's for people who didn't like this movie, that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if you didn't like it.
Yeah.
But some of the reasoning was weird. Like, they were saying, this is nothing but a Christian movie. Like, this is nothing but a Christian movie. I'm tired of being preached to by the Christians. And I can kind of see that, but I don't, in a way. Because for me personally, I don't know about you, Tony, but I don't know, maybe you might agree with them. But for me, I looked at it differently. I kind of saw everything as metaphor. So it was kind of like you have this great knowledge, right? And someone wants to use this great knowledge as a weapon, because he literally states, Carnegie says, this is a weapon that we need. He tells him that. He's like, you can use this knowledge as a weapon to enslave mankind and do your bidding. That's basically what he said.
Yeah. Someone did it before, it can happen again.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
And then on Denzel's side, he's like, well, or you can take that knowledge and make yourself a better person and better the world. Yeah. That's how I looked at it in this movie. That's how I saw the metaphors. So I don't know if you saw it that way, Tony. How did you see it?
Yeah, I pretty much like that. Because Gary Oldman's like basically the bad religion, and he's Eli is the good religion, which is what we would like everybody who. I'm not getting into the religious talk.
No, we're not going to do that. No. I'm just talking about the metaphor.
I'm not religious. I'm just saying that. But
but that's how I looked. I just looked at it as knowledge. You notice I'm not even saying the Bible, but it's just like knowledge. You can better yourself and better the world, or you can use it for evil purposes. That's it.
Yeah.
So I got it.
Whatever happened, like the destruction at among like around the world, and that it's like they said that it was because of religion that people fought this war.
Yeah, they see another thing that was really interesting. They kind of when later in the movie, when Denzel talks to Solara, he kind of says that they burned all the books.
Yeah,
because they blamed, they blamed religion as what caused the fallout and the nuclear apocalypse, basically.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting, and the reason why he's holding on to the one he has is because it's considered the last one.
Yeah.
But he said this is like a personal journey for him. He's personal journey for him. He heard a voice to tell him to go west and take the book there. That's it. Yeah. And he's going off of faith, whether you believe that or not. We're just talking about the character.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the character. This is what the character feels. So, man, before we get to all that stuff, what a great shootout that was.
Oh, hell yeah.
I enjoyed that, man. That was badass. Confrontation, man. And again, a really very well shot action sequence, very intense. Really enjoyed it, man. And I don't know, maybe my boy Ray Stevenson got shortchanged because maybe he was just all talk and he was kind of a bitch anyway. Because I don't know, maybe the way he died was perfect. Maybe because remember there's that standoff where he could have shot. He had his gun on him.
Yeah.
And he just chose. He's like, "No, I'm gonna let him go because I'm gonna get killed."
Or did he see something in Eli, and he thought something's up with this guy? I better not do anything to him.
Oh, could be.
Who knows?
That could be too. Yeah, definitely. So he shoots his way out of town, Solara she's like, fuck this town. She wants to go with him. She
Yeah.
shows him where the watering hole is. He knows it's dangerous to take her with him, so he's just like, I'm gonna lock her in. He locks her in down there until she's found. But she ends up getting out, and she gets jumped by some more hijackers, and they had some bad intentions, and luckily
He like turned one into a soprano.
yeah, that was great. Yeah, fuck those guys, seriously. Yeah, right through the ball sack on the other guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can watch characters like this die all day. This is
Oh
great.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't take the arrows with him though.
Yeah, it would have been cool if he used some more. If he kept using that later.
It's like, how often could you come across arrows? Unless he made them, but I don't know.
True. No, that's a good point. That's true.
Like even in The Walking Dead, Daryl, he takes all of his arrows with him because that's all he has.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Hold on a second. Gotta get this here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, back to the movie. So now she's going with him on his journey to the West to deliver the book. And before they get there, they come across George and Martha here. George and Martha. Yeah, invite them in for tea, play some disco. What's so funny is when they drink the tea, you can tell their faces are like, "This is the most disgusting thing I ever drunk," and they're like, "Oh, this is great, thank you."
Yeah.
But they seem like very nice and sweet. And then when they go outside, they're like, "Oh, they're showing us where all the dead bodies are for people who try to take over the house." It's like, "Hey, you guys want some meat?" And then they're like, "All right, we need to get the fuck out of here, man."
Yep.
Like they're cannibals. God damn it.
Yep.
We need to go.
There's one telltale sign of it because when he goes into town, let us see your hands. They said it twice in the bar too. Let's see your hands, because cannibals have.
They have the shakes.
The shakes.
Yeah, the shakes. Yeah, that's right.
Meat.
That's right.
And when that lady was giving them the tea and that, she kind of was shaking.
Yeah. Oh,
but you think, oh, maybe she's just old. But
no, that's right. Good point. No, they were looking at her. No, that's a good point, man. Interesting.
Yep.
See, Tony's got the eye, man. But as soon as they're like, "All right, thank you for the tea, but fuck off, we're getting out of here," our boys show up because they want the book. And we get treated to another visually stunning camera work, man, used with this shootout action sequence with the camera going inside and outside of the, back outside of the house. The camera work is phenomenal here, man. Great shootout here. My favorite though was the gun couch. I think we would all love this. I think we all would want a gun couch. It'd come in handy. You never know. But yeah, I was like, wow, these Martha and George are gangster, bro. They have a gun couch in their house. That is hilarious.
You sure it's not Michael Grossman's parents from Tremors?
I know, right? Might as well be at this point. But yeah, man, really enjoyed this. This badass, pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But they get the drop on them. And another great scene. You think at this point, because he wants to save Solara, Eli gives Carnegie the book, but of course Carnegie's going to shoot him, and he ends up shooting him. I really like this scene here because when he shoots him, Denzel's character is based off of faith, right? Like he's always protected. We're good, right? He's not worried about being harmed, right? When he got shot, you could see him sit there and he's like thinking about fuck. like I just got shot and might be dying now. You could tell his faith was a little tested there.
Yeah.
And Carnegie even because he says God is good, and he says all the time, and then Carnegie goes, not all the time. Boom, and that's when he shoots him. That was a great scene.
Yeah.
That was great, man. But yeah, you can see in his face, he's kind of puzzled, fuck, I might die here.
Yeah. Why have you forsaken me?
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
Our girl here, Solara, breaks out. Red Ridge, Ray Stevenson was fucking with our boy's Blade, and when she took over the truck flipped over, and he ended up stabbing himself, and then he just died. I just wanted I wanted a better death for him. That's all. I wanted an actual fight, because you know me with action. I want an actual throwdown, and then he dies or gets decapitated. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Maybe his character was just supposed to look and act like a badass, but he was actually a pussy.
Yeah,
you know? I think that's probably what it was. But he wanted him some Solara.
Oh yeah.
You know? He's like, all right, I'll help you find the book, but you got to give me Solara, man.
I want Solara.
Yeah, but that didn't work out.
No. I don't. Hey, Solara and her mother were very attractive.
Yeah. For sure. The mother, wasn't she the actress that was in Flashdance?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yep. Still looks great. For sure. I'm sure she still even looks the same now, pretty much.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But let's go ahead and keep it going here. So now she went back to the house, or on her way back to the house, and she sees our boy just walking. He's like barely walking, still trying to go west to complete his mission. She helps him out. They end up getting a boat. They actually find the city. They go west. I like the scene where she took over rowing for him, because I'm like, what? First of all, I'm like, Denzel, what are you doing? Because he can barely row the boat because he's like slowly fucked up. When she took over for him, I was like, thank you, you know. But yeah, there, you know, I was surprised to see that there was even the town that Gary Oldman was in charge of. I was surprised to see that there was even that much of a civilization in that town to have a bar. But then later on the west side, and then Denzel said he heard things that over there it's prosperity has happened out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he goes out there. There's grass. There's water. There's a civilization. Trees. You got Malcolm McDowell showing up. Yep. I mean, they're doing so well over there on that side that Malcolm McDowell's character is all about knowledge and re-educating the world and getting humanity back to. I mean, they don't even know. There's characters in the movie that didn't even know what a TV was.
Yeah.
So it's like we're like way far behind. So he wants to start reprinting material and get it out there and stuff like that. And of course, you can look at it. Well, how convenient, you can look at it like that. How convenient. So this, we're not saying this is a perfect movie, but
no,
there's
it is a story.
Yeah, it's a story. Yeah, and but he gets there, and Malcolm McDowell's like, there's all kinds of works, religious works, non-religious works, everything's accepted here, so that way we can start spreading the knowledge and get humanity back to where it was. And of course the big twist of the movie. Go ahead, you could tell the twist.
The big twist of the movie was that Denzel was blind the whole time.
Yes,
and
but what else is the big twist on the ending?
Oh, the big twist in the ending is that when Gary Oldman opens the book, because Gary Oldman's basically fucked at this point. He opens the book and finds out that it's Braille. Yeah,
it's Braille. Yeah. And Denzel is basically, by memory, his character is basically telling Malcolm, basically writing down the whole Bible by hand.
Because he had to do it every day for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see all the sheets there, he's all doing it off on memory.
Yep.
And then it ends with when he passes away, it ends with, Solara going on her own journey, going back to her home, and maybe they're doing some sequel bait, but that didn't work out. But she's going back. She not gonna happen. But yeah, that's how the movie ends, man. And I still find it very entertaining. I actually appreciate it a little bit more now. For the fact that no one talks about it. And you know how we say, well, is this movie underrated for the post-apocalyptic genre? In my opinion, bro, the post-apocalyptic genre is underrated itself.
Yeah,
You know,
hell yeah.
so we gonna start preaching our shit. We gonna start preaching the post-apocalyptic stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Mad Max, Fury Road. You know, don't get me started now. Road Warrior, wow.
Yeah.
Wheels on fire.
Oh yeah.
Now it's we found our religion.
Yeah,
But
hey.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just like this genre I feel has always been underrated. But that, you know, you got us knuckleheads representing what's cool and badass. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to settle for Disney. You can enjoy Disney if you want, but I'm just saying there's other cool shit out there.
Yeah,
but you know, I let's go ahead and give our verdict here. Was there anything else you want to talk about the movie that you liked and didn't like before we give our verdict?
No, not really. I mean,
I have one.
Well, there's the one thing. Oh, okay. I was gonna say with Solara's mother, how she was blind, and he asked her earlier in the movie, "Did you get blind from the explosion, the bombs, or was it the sun afterwards?" And she was born that way. And she could read Braille, but she told Gary Oldman that she forgot how. But then she's looking at it and kind of smiles. It's like, does she remember Braille and she is reading the book to herself, or does she or what? You know, whatever.
That's a good point. She's probably that's her fuck you to him. Either way.
Right.
You know, so, and that was another thing people complained about the ending. They thought the ending felt unfinished because you wanted to know what happened to the character, but he was fucked. He was fucked.
Yeah, the town gave up on him and everything. So
yeah, the town gave up on him. They didn't respect his authority anymore. They were already rioting.
Yeah,
and he got shot in the leg earlier, and he was slowly getting ill. And she says, "Oh, you have a fever." And she could smell his leg, so he's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's no, you know, amoxicillin or whatever the fuck in the post-apocalyptic era. You know what I'm saying? So you can assume he pretty much died.
Yeah, that's the way I took it.
Yeah. My only nitpick, again, cinematography great, fight choreography great. My only nitpick, and this is just a nitpick, is as awesome as that shootout was at the house, and Martha and George's house, I did not expect that to be the finale.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted one more confrontation.
One. Yeah.
And it didn't have to be big, huge, over the top. It could have been quick. But I just wanted one more, but that's me because it's Samurai Guy. that's like, I'm always that way. Yeah. But that's a nitpick, though. That's just a nitpick. It doesn't ruin the movie for me.
No.
So, Tony, all right, time for the verdict. In the post-apocalyptic genre, is the Book of Eli underrated?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
I would agree. Definitely, I would agree, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Cinematography is great. Soundtrack's great. You get some very memorable, awesome fight scenes. Of course, we can always use more because these are so awesome. Of course, we're going to want 30 of them, of course, because we're spoiled. But yeah, man, I mean, a story was told, you know, I know it does have the religious aspect to it, but I just kind of looked at it differently. I looked at it as kind of metaphors, man. You can take something and use it for positive, or you can use it to destroy the world or make people into slaves.
Right.
That's it. That's how I looked at it. So
yeah. But it's not a religious movie.
Right.
You know,
that's what people were saying about it. They were like, "Oh, I hate this." I was like, I think you're thinking a little too hard.
I could see where they're coming from, where they might think of, but they're not thinking about, like how we're talking about it. They're just closed-minded.
Right.
It's like, I'm not religious at all, you know.
And you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got what the movie was trying to do.
Yeah.
And that last shot was even the very last shot before you see Solara walk off was when they put the book up when it's finished, the completed book, finally finished. They put it on the shelf with a whole row of all kinds of different books.
Yep.
So it's not like we're going to put this book, which is the greatest book of all time, it's better than all the other books, on its own shelf with a light glowing on it and a glass case. No, it's going with everything else.
Yeah.
You know, so I like how that ended, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see what the public thought. Did the public think in the post-apocalyptic genre is the Book of Eli underrated? Let's see what the public said. Yes, they agreed. Look at that.
Yeah. All right.
Look at that. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, man, this was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do some more on your channel for sure, or we do some more on my channel.
Yeah.
Underrated movies for sure, because there's a lot of them out there, man. And I think you know, you can call them hidden gems, you can call them overlooked, but there's a lot of quality films out there. You know, we're not saying the Book of Eli is a 5 out of 5 star movie.
No.
But it's such a well-made movie with some really good. The good outweighs the bad in this film,
Yeah,
for sure. And I think it deserves a little bit more credit. So that's why we did this video. This was awesome. Always great to have the Tonester, the Toninator. That's right here, hanging out with the Samurai Guy. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.